7 signs that show you become more attractive as you get older. Dear friends, in middle age, we often hear the saying, "I'm old now, what's so attractive about me anymore?" But the truth is the opposite. Age doesn't diminish our attractiveness, it only transforms how we shine. If youth is attractive with fiery eyes and a bright smile, then middle age is attractive with experience, confidence, and depth of soul. People may be decades younger than us, but they cannot possess the calm energy, wisdom, and charisma that time has bestowed upon us. And today, Silver Wisdom invites you to explore 7 signs that show you become more attractive as you get older. Not a boisterous kind of attractiveness, but a quiet, enduring charm that makes everyone who meets you feel fond of you, trust you, and want to get closer. Sign 1. You don't need to impress. You naturally influence. When we are young, we try to prove ourselves through words, achievements, and visible things. But when we've passed half our lives, we understand that true strength doesn't need to be ostentatious. At this age, the captivating person is someone who walks into a room without saying anything, and others still want to listen. They have their own magnetic field, which is the calmness, confidence, and maturity honed over the years. They don't rush to interrupt. They don't need to compete, but their words carry weight. Because behind those words is experience, character, and tested beliefs. The allure of an experienced person comes from their stillness. When we no longer need to prove anything, that's when we are most attractive. Sign 2. Others come to you, not for personal gain, but because they feel safe. Middle age is the age when many people begin to be a pillar of support for others. Children turn to us when they are in trouble. Colleagues trust us when they need advice. Old friends still seek us out to confide in us, to hear a word of advice. Not because we are powerful or wealthy, but because we provide a sense of security. In a noisy world where everyone is rushing, our calmness becomes a valuable support. We know how to listen, how to share, how to be silent at the right time. And that is what makes others feel respected and understood. An older person is attractive not because they're good at talking, but because they know how to listen with their heart. And when others willingly seek you out, share, and trust you, that's the clearest sign that you're shining in your own way. Sign 3. You understand your own value. One of the greatest gifts of middle age is knowing who you are and no longer needing to compare yourself to anyone else. We've experienced times when we wanted recognition, love, and praise. But the longer we live, the more we realize, my value doesn't lie in the eyes of others. Attractive people at this age no longer rush to chase after external judgments. They live by their own standards, knowing what's worth keeping and what's worth letting go of. A wrinkle doesn't faze them. A failure doesn't break them. Because they understand. Each wrinkle is a mark of experience. Each stumble is a lesson in growth. When you understand your own worth, you no longer need to seek validation, because your inner peace is your greatest attraction. Sign 4. Your demeanor makes others want to emulate you. There are people who, simply by appearing, immediately make us think, this person is special. Not because they are beautiful, but because they radiate positive energy, poise, and self-control. In middle age, demeanor is more important than appearance. It's about dressing neatly, speaking appropriately, walking confidently, and listening to others with respect. A well-dressed 50-year-old man or woman, speaking softly, with a gentle smile, is often more attractive than 100 young people who are hasty and noisy. Demeanor isn't something you're born with. It's the sum total of experience, lifestyle, and attitude towards yourself. When you live kindly, sincerely, and with self-respect, you radiate an attractiveness that makes others want to be like you. Sign 5. You have a quiet confidence, without showing off or competing. Young people are confident with a loud voice, achievements, and a strong sense of self. Experienced people find confidence in their silence. That's when you don't need to argue to prove you're right. You don't need to show off to others that you're good. And you don't need to compete to feel valuable. That confidence comes from understanding, self-respect, and experience honed over the years. As you enter middle age, every step, every word, every gesture bears the mark of someone who understands life and people. And it is this sense of enough in your heart that makes you attractive in a very unique way, gentle yet weighty, quiet yet compelling. Sign 6. You maintain a youthful spirit and vitality. The older you get, the more your attractiveness lies in your energy. Not the boisterous energy of youth, but a warm, positive, inspiring energy. Attractive people are those who, even at 50 or 60, still know how to smile, still have enthusiasm for life, and still want to learn new things. They might exercise every morning, listen to music, garden, play with their grandchildren, or learn how to use a phone or social media. They don't let themselves age in spirit, because they understand. The body may age, but the spirit, if we maintain its youthfulness and love of life, will always make us attractive. Bright eyes, a radiant smile, curiosity about life, these are natural cosmetics. The secret to youth that doesn't cost money. And most importantly, positive energy is contagious. When you're happy, others around you feel happy too. When you live with purpose, others want to be like you. Sign 7. You know how to laugh, especially at yourself. When we are young, we often take things too seriously. But with enough experience, we learn an important lesson. The person who knows how to laugh at themselves is the strongest. Humor and lightheartedness are the keys to overcoming all difficulties. Older people are attractive not because they don't have sadness, but because they know how to face sadness with a smile. A person who has experienced life but still knows how to crack jokes, tell funny stories, and dispel a heavy atmosphere always makes others like them and want to be near them. Why? Because within them is the light of compassion, an understanding of life yet still loving life, and the belief that life is worth living, no matter what. And such a person is the most attractive. Dear friends, age is not the end of attractiveness, but the beginning of a deeper, more enduring, and more genuine beauty. No need for makeup, expensive clothes, or ostentation. As long as we live kindly, confidently, optimistically, and still have joy in our eyes. Even with gray hair, we will still be the most attractive in the eyes of others. Remember, no one can take away your light unless you turn it off yourself. And that light, in middle age, is silver wisdom, experience, kindness, a positive outlook on life, and the ability to spread love. Thank you for listening. If you found this video relatable, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Because the story of each middle-aged person might inspire others. See you in Silver Wisdom's next video. Senior citizens in the digital age, living healthy, living happy, living connected.